Hey, Paula.
Yeah?
Where are you going?
Oh, I just have some errands to run. Then I'm heading home. My shift's over.
Oh. Well, I'm headed out too, so I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
I guess. See ya! I don't think I'm late. Well, I was supposed to call when I got here.
What the?
Are you kidding me? Again? You'd think the police would be more competent. Well, at least I wasn't asleep this time. Quinelle Waterstone speaking.
Vi, it's Henry.
That's my middle name. Can you guys ever call me Quinelle?
That's not important right now. I didn't call to debate your name. We've got a case. 9th and Vineyard.
9th and Isn't that right near Best Buy?
Uh-huh.
Who's the victim?
Quinn, you know we don't.
Who's the victim?
Miss Paula. Paula Knight.
Okay, good. I'll be right there.
Paula Knight, age 24. Money in the wallet suggests that the motive wasn't robbery, and nothing about the body seems to be disturbed. She was a part-time job at the Best Buy down the street. No known relations. Body was found by Miss Gilda Gruff. Tough-looking broad who's talking to Stephan over there.
Okay, so what's the story?
Says she was going to visit the deceased at her work when she smelled blood. Looking around the corner, and here she was. Called us and didn't move.
Check her alibi, but that seems a likely story. This place is covered with blood. Did she have a boyfriend?
We're looking into that, but no luck so far.
Keep me posted. Time of death?
Ask her.
So, what have you got for me today, Lindsay?
And hello to you too. From the look of this blood over here, I'd say she died at about 2:45 in the afternoon.
Awesome. So, I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say that the cause of death is probably all these bullet wounds here?
I'd say so. The poor girl looks like Swiss cheese, but I won't know for sure until I get her back to the lab.
Good idea. Keep it up, Linz, and maybe one day you'll get to work with us living.
But the dead are so much more cooperative.
Touché. So, witnesses, suspects.
Josh?
Nothing so far, Miss Waterstone.
Quinelle! I came as soon as I heard. Is it true? Is Paula really...
Yeah.
Vi, who's this?
Didn't I never mind. This is Arron. He works at Best Buy as well, and is a very good friend of mine. He helps me out on my private cases sometimes.
Co-worker, huh? How convenient. I take it you knew her?
Yes, but not well. We worked together, but that was it. I didn't ask about her life, and she didn't tell.
Do you know where she was going? Or why she'd be in this dusty old alleyway anyway?
No. When I asked earlier, she said she had some errands to run, and then she'd head home.
She seems stressed about anything at work. Do you know of any recent conflict in her life?
No. Like I said, we were just co-workers, nothing more. She seemed a little distracted lately, but that's pretty normal for her.
Okay. Hey, wait a second. When did her shift end?
2:30. Why?
That's odd. I mean, it fits well with time of death. I mean, packing up, changing, and walking down here herself would probably take 15 minutes or less. But...
What is it?
Our first girl on the scene. Right? Gilda?
yeah. She told you guys she was going to see Paula at work, but why was she coming after Paula's shift had ended? When was the body discovered anyway?
Got the call about 3.
Quinn! Henry! You two better come take a look at this!
Why? What is it?
This.
That's one pretty looking piece of ice right there.
Oh, it's more than that. This is the crystal heart. The 20-carat diamond that the famous gentleman thief, Red Herring, stole from the museum last week.
Red Herring, huh? How are we supposed to get him in for questioning? Even the police with all their resources haven't been able to track him down or figure out his identity.
Not that you've been any help.
Not my fault you can't get me any good leads.
Regardless, until he shows up, we have no choice but to investigate other leads.
Good idea. Where's the murder weapon? Must have been some heavy-duty machine gun or something to have chewed up that brick wall so badly.
Either that or a shooter had really bad aim.
What? Look, just find the gun already, okay?
Chief, you'd better take a look at this.
What is it now?
Remember that briefcase we found on the dumpster? Yeah, what about it? We finally got it open. It's a Pheonix Ronin. A dastardly little piece of technology that can only be described as a remote-controlled turret. It's designed so that the machine gun pops out of the briefcase and starts firing within a pre-specified radius at 20 rounds per minute. Obviously, this has been set up ahead of time. None of the bullets went past this brick building here and into the street of the other side of the alleyway.
On the dumpster. Oh, the angle's about right.
Looks like we have a murder weapon.
Sir, there's a cell phone in here too.
A cell phone? Why would anyone be silly enough to put a cell phone into a briefcase with a turret?
I was hoping one of you could tell me. I'll have forensics run it down for a fingerprint, then send it over to tech and see if they can figure it out.
Good plan. Until then, I suppose we'll just have to work with the rest of the scene.
Sounds good to me. Shall we inspect, Inspector?
Get to work.
Fine.
What do you think so far, Quinn?
I don't have a clue what to think so far.
Quinn, you're holding out. You always have a clue.
Yes, but that's because you don't show up to the scene of the crime that fast and you actually give me a chance to find them first.
I suppose.
How did you find out about this anyway?
A friend called me. He happened to be passing by the scene and thought I should know about it, since I'm so close to you and all.
Makes sense. Hey, what's a cell phone doing here?
I don't know. Think it's Paula's?
Probably. Hey, boys! I've got something for you. Cell phone here. And one. I think I just got my first clue.
Oh? What is it?
I can't say yet. What if my hunch is wrong?
Fine. Well, I should probably get to work to let them know what's happened. It's gonna be a bit of a shock.
Sure you want to do that? The police can tell them during questioning.
No. I'm sure they'll take it better coming from me.
Well, if you say so. I'll see you tonight. I might have some new leads to discuss with you then.
Well, sounds good to me. See ya.
Bye.
When are you two going to start dating?
Oh, haha, very funny, Stephan. Now, what have you got for me? I'm assuming that clipboard there isn't just for show.
So, according to Gilda, Paula normally worked the 2 to 4 shift on Wednesdays, not the noon to 2:30 shift. So the murderer must have been close, in order to target her on a day when she wasn't on her normal schedule.
Or is that what the murderer wants us to think?
Waterstone, can you...
Please! I'm begging you people! Quinelle! Even just Quinn would be fine.
Sure, Quinn. Look, what I was about to say was that that's really unlikely. Also, Gilda told us that Paula recently broke up with not 1, but 2 boyfriends.
2? She was double dating?
No. She broke up with 1 about a month ago, and the other last week. Apparently, he was her rebound guy.
Rebound with a vengeance? Got names for me?
Yeah. Harry Hawthorne and Barry Bailey. Barry's a
mechanic downtown, and Harry runs a law firm.
I'm gonna take a guess here and say the mechanic's the rebound guy. Girls don't normally go after lawyers for a rebound. And acknowledge it. Or did Gilda just call him that?
No. She said that was what Paula had told her just before she broke it off with him.
Okay, so now we've got a destination. Should I head down to Mr. Rebound and start questioning now, or do I have to wait?
Knowing you, you'll just go no matter what I say. So I say go.
Great! Say bye to the others for me.
Will do, Waterstone.
Didn't I... Oh, why do I bother?
Barry? He hasn't come in yet today. Likes to wait until 5 to start. That way he only has to deal with the customers who aren't in a rush.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, he used to be in the military, so the dude really hates pressure and being rushed. Apparently he once had to make a quick decision, unnecessarily, and he accidentally set off a bomb. No one got hurt, but it gave him a bit of a shell shock. You know what I mean.
Right. So he should be in at 5? Guess I'll just have to wait. What war did he serve in?
The Mid-Arman War. Why?
I need to do some research, obviously.
Why? What happened?
Oh, well, you see, I'm Quinelle Vi Waterstone, a private investigator of sorts. Right now I'm helping the police investigate the murder of Paula Knight, his ex-girlfriend.
Wait, Paula's murder?
Yeah. Did you know her? Maybe you should sit down.
What happened?
Well, she was, shot down in an alleyway.
Gang fire?
No, someone planted a turret of sorts there. She was the only one hurt. You just might not want to see the body. It's plain she was targeted.
Who did this to her?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Sorry, but, can I have your name and your relationship to Paula?
Oh, I'm Johnathen Mostrowski, but everyone just calls me Wheels. I used to be a racer before I became a mechanic.
I see. And how did you know Paula?
My older sister Malinda and her have been friends since they were children. Oh, poor Malinda. She's gonna be devastated when she finds out.
This Malinda, what does she do?
Oh, she's an attorney. Paula got her a job at Harry's law firm back when they were in Item.
I see. Does Harry hold a grudge against Paula?
Harry? Nah, he's cool. He was actually the one who broke up with her.
Okay, that makes sense. Did Paula hold a grudge against him?
I don't think so. If she did, she let it go once she and Barry got together.
So, did anyone else have a grudge against her, or vice versa?
Paula? I doubt it. She was a sweet girl. A little blunt at times, but everyone loved her.
I see. So, what about Barry? How did he take the breakup?
Breakup? They broke up?
Yeah. According to our other witness, she broke up with him sometime last week.
Barry never said anything. I guess that's just how he is. Being from the military and all, he can't show pain, so he keeps it all bottled in.
Wheels, what's going on in here?
Are you Barry Bailey?
Yeah, what of it?
You'd best sit down. I have some bad news.
Okay. Paula's dead? But that's not possible! That can't be true! Don't lie to me!
Calm down, sir. I wish it weren't true either, but no amount of wishing is going to bring her back.
But...
Maybe you should come back later. He needs some time.
Right. But before I go, can I see your cell phone?
My phone?
Yeah, it won't be long. It's part of the investigation.
Okay then. I've got nothing to hide.
Thank you. Right, thank you. The police will probably bring you both down to the station for questioning soon, so it's best if you stay here, okay?
Of course. Anything to help catch the person who did this to Paula.
Good. Something doesn't add up here. That berry seems completely different from the one that Johnathen described. So, Which one's the actor? Or did the walls of this world just come tumbling down a little too fast to handle? Only time will tell. Well, I better head to the station and see what they've got for me.
Got nothing.
Seriously? Seriously, anything. Something. It may not look like it, but it might be.
Important? We know. Look, forensics couldn't find any prints on the case, or the gun, or even the phone. And so far all tech knows is that the phone was rigged to set off the gun whenever it was called. Of course, it's a burner too, so we can't trace it.
Just great. I mean, this all fits in with my theory, but still.
Theory?
Sorry, but I need more concrete evidence before I'll tell.
That's just like you, Miss Waterstone, keeping all the juicy stuff to yourself.
Look, has Tech checked the phone's caller ID? If we know who called it, we might be able to trace the killer. Unless, of course, my theory's correct.
We'll find out soon enough. Tech's running the number down now to find the owner.
Good. Now, where are we with the suspect questioning?
Badly. Every suspect so far has a rock-solid alibi.
What? Seriously?
Harry was at his firm training some new interns. Barry was at a restaurant eating a late lunch, and Gilda was visiting with her sister's family. All three had lots of witnesses. None of them could have done it. All the witnesses also confirmed that none of them went near their cell phones during the time. Also, none of their finances are running any red flags either.
Speaking of red, how's that side of the investigation going?
Almost worse. The task force still can't pull anything up, and we need to wrap up this case fast. The media's eating up the story. I suspect it'll be a headliner tonight.
Great. Stephan, how's the workplace angle going?
No one noticed anything out of the ordinary. Or we're even that close with her.
Figures. So, who in our list of suspects has experience with guns?
What suspects? Didn't I just tell you that all their alibis were confirmed?
Just answer the question.
Barry worked with the military, and Harry got his gun license a year ago.
See, that wasn't so hard. So, Josh, any updates on how Tech's rundown of the gun is going?
No known registry. Tech thinks it might be from the black market.
Well, that's inconvenient. Looks like we're dealing with someone who knows a thing or two about killing.
Hey guys, bad news.
Let me guess, absolutely nothing of interest on the body. Well, other than the gem.
Yep, not a shred of anything. I'd say the killer wasn't present in any way when she was killed.
Of course not. Didn't want to end up like her. Has anyone checked out her house yet?
We just had uniforms canvassed. They didn't find anything out of the ordinary or of interest.
Darn it. How are we supposed to solve this case with no real leads?
Oh, hey! The latest reports from Tech. Looks like the only call was from the victim?
Thought so. Looks like our suspects are suspects again.
What do you mean? This could be some sort of elaborate suicide.
Elaborate? That'd be an understatement. Besides, there's no clear suspect. Such a suicide would probably be used to frame someone. No, if what I suspect is right, the killer didn't need to be anywhere near the scene to kill her.
Oh, I see. But if that's the case, anyone could have done it.
Exactly. Call all the suspects in again. Oh, and if you can get a hold of Johnathen's sister, apparently she and the victim were good friends.
Will do. Come on, Henry.
Wait a moment. Is it okay if I go down to Paula's place myself? There's something I want to check out.
Sure. Take Josh with you, too.
Sounds good to me. I'll meet you at the car, Josh. I want to call Arron first. He'll probably want an update. Phew. Sure is bright out. I swear, summer days are almost too long.
More or less. What exactly is it you're looking for again?
Don't know yet. Hey, is it just me, or is there someone on the roof?
What? Wait. Isn't that...
Red herring.
Well, well. We meet again, Detective.
Good to see you too, Red.
Attention all
I assume
units.
you've heard your
Red
little
herring
jewel was
sighted.
found.
I repeat,
And
red
how?
herring sighted.
Of course.
Requesting backup.
It's going to be difficult to get it back.
I repeat,
Oh,
red
I could
herring
care less
sighted.
about that.
1817296.
I'm not here to talk about my exploits. I'm here to clear my name.
Oh, I'm listening.
You know me, detective. And since when do I kill? Do I not make sure that even injuries are prevented during my heists? And, as you, and no doubt the police may notice, I do not deal with the black market. Never have, and never will. And finally, my alibi. You asked the task force that's coming. I was liberating a few gems this afternoon.
Then why did she have the crystal heart?
She was delivering it. We were business partners. Nothing more.
Delivering it? To who?
I can't say. They might get mad. Just know that I can't wait for you to figure it out. Might just save a life in the process. Well, there's my cue to exit. Until next time, detective.
Wait!
Come on, let's go!
What's the use? He's gone with his disguising abilities. He could be anyone by now.
He's gone! I'll go tell the others! You go on ahead!
Okay.
Ah, there you are, Quinelle. Took me forever to find this place. What's up with all the police?
Arron! Glad you could make it. And, Red Herring was just here.
Red Herring? Here? Why? Did Paul have more of his jewels or something? Why'd she have the crystal heart anyway?
Apparently she was delivering it to his superiors.
Superiors? I always thought he was more of a lone wolf type.
That's what I thought too.
So why was he here?
To clear his name. And obviously he doesn't know too much about the murder.
Oh? Why'd he say that?
Well, he obviously does have some inside intel from someone on the police force. Otherwise he wouldn't have known that we were coming here, or that the gun was from the black market. Either way, if he had actually committed the murder, that coupled with the intel he was given, he would have figured out that any alibi he gave would be invalid. And had he committed it, surely he would have taken the gem? Not only that, but why risk exposure? Or worse, capture to try and clear his name?
Wait, what? Back up a bit. Any alibi would be invalid? What do you mean?
Oh, right, I didn't tell you about that. Sorry, but you know I can't say.
Quinn.
Whew. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, Arron.
Hey, Josh.
You two know each other?
Yeah, we met earlier, remember?
Oh, yeah. Shall we head inside then?
Sounds good to me.
Sure is dusty in here. You sure she's lived here? Or anyone since the 30s for that matter? Either way, this is a really old-fashioned house for someone who works at Best Buy.
If I remember correctly, she once mentioned that she inherited the place from her grandmother.
Thank goodness for that steel trap of a memory of yours, Arron. Now things make a bit more sense.
So, what are we looking for?
Well, the police came and looked for anything out of the ordinary, so let's look for the overlooked, and perhaps a little too ordinary.
Okay then. Shall we begin?
Quinelle, it's been 2 hours. I mean, it's almost 9 for Pete's sake. And we still haven't found anything.
I got it!
You do? What is it?
Went out again tonight. The wheelmaster is only too kind. Treated me to dinner and everything. There are a ton more entries like this in this diary. The one I found in the air vent behind the bedside table.
So? I guess the first sweep missed it. But the nickname makes sense. Barry as a mechanic probably changed a lot of tires for her.
No, you don't get it. That auto shop's assistant, Johnathen, his nickname is Wheels.
What?
Were you having an affair with Paula? Aiding in her cheating of her boyfriend Barry?
Why would I do that?
Don't ask me. Love doesn't make any logical sense. And I could honestly care less about why, but the question remains. Were you?
I don't see how any of this...
Answer the question!
If you want to bring Paula's killer to justice, you best tell the truth. Why should you hide it anyway? She's dead now, so it can't matter that much.
But it does matter. Paul and I were really something. We had something. Something you don't see every day. We meant the world to each other.
See? That wasn't so hard. So when did you two start the affair?
A couple of weeks ago, she had just started seeing Barry, and often would come to the shop to see him after work. Of course, he doesn't show up to work until 5, so we got to know each other better. A lot better.
So, is there any reason that Paula would have taken an earlier shift that day?
I'm afraid I don't know. I'm sorry. I actually didn't know that Paula had broken up with Barry either. If I had, I would have been able to make our relationship public. I don't like doing things in secret.
Well?
Everything he said so far is matched up with the diary. As far as I can tell, he's telling the truth.
But that leaves us exactly where we started. Nowhere closer to catching the killer.
No, we're a bit closer. The only question that remains, which of the two did it? I have my suspicions, but no concrete evidence.
2? How'd you get it down to just 2?
Well, Gilda and Malinda, neither of them knew about the affair, correct?
That's what Josh said after we questioned him.
Then it could only be those two, Harry or Barry. Harry would have the experience and intel needed to know what the police would look for when canvassing an area, and be able to hide his involvement. Add to that the fact that even if he was caught, he's such an experienced lawyer he could easily have himself pardoned on a technicality. But Barry has the experience of killing before, from his time in the war, and the knowledge of how to work things like the Pheonix Ronin.
I suppose the question is, then, is there personalities? I have Harry waiting in the other room. Shall I question him now, or get Barry first?
Let's work with what we have. Go on, question him.
Right.
Hello, officer.
Hello. Harry Hawthorne, correct?
Yes, that would be me.
So, what was your relationship with Paula like?
It was interesting. I enjoyed it while it lasted, but we both knew it was time to move on. And we parted respectfully.
Would you say that you held a grudge?
No, why should I? I was the one to suggest we part.
What he's saying is lining up pretty well with what Johnathen told me.
He doesn't seem the type to me.
No, he doesn't. He's too calm.
But is it calmness all an act?
That's what we need to find out.
Go get him, kid.
So, what do you know about guns, Mr. Hawthorne?
Quite a bit. I studied them to supplement my lawyering abilities. I find it helps to know things that the police will try to bring up against you, such as the make of a gun. As such, I know about and can operate over 20 guns.
And you have a license as well. May I ask where you practice?
I'm sorry, Detective. I don't practice. There's simply no point. I don't believe I'll ever be in any danger, nor do I see why I should be.
Okay, then. May I ask you an odd question, then?
Isn't that your job?
What did you think of Johnathen and Paula's relationship?
Oh, was that his name? I thought it was Barry. What my mistake. But yeah, the two of them seem to be made for each other.
What do you mean?
Well, Paula and I had remained in contact for a while after our breakup, and she told me she was dating a mechanic. I happened to visit that repair shop once and walked in on the two of them, kissing. Not my best moment, but nonetheless, I was happy to see that Paula was so happy.
Perhaps.
Why, yes, how'd you know?
Thought so. Thank you, Harry. I'll be taking my leave. Looks like my unique perspective just blew this whole case wide open. Welcome, my friends. I've called you all here today for some shocking revelations. Gilda, Malinda, Harry, Barry, and Johnathen. The time has come to know which one of you killed Paula.
Are you actually considering me as a suspect? I would never hurt Paula. We've been friends for far too long.
I practically raised the girl. You can't honestly be considering me.
We parted, yes, but respectfully. There are no grounds for an accusation against me.
I loved her. I would never hurt her.
It wasn't me, and that's really all I know at this point.
Quiet, please. How can I tell you what's happened if you won't even let me start?
Enough of this show, Quinelle. You know who the killer is. Just tell us so that we can make an arrest.
All in good time, Inspector. All in good time. Now, I assume you all know how Paula was killed. Of course you don't. Allow me to clarify. Paula was shot down with a Pheonix Ronin, set at the perfect degree for her heart. Died instantly. Or so we hope. Now, what's interesting about this murder is that all of you have rock-solid alibis. Why? Simply because the murderer didn't need to be anywhere near the scene of the crime to kill her.
But how's that possible?
Well, if you'll let me explain. The Pheonix Ronin is a turret-style gun hidden inside a briefcase that, once set off via remote, will pop up and start shooting down targets within a pre-specified radius. Now, certainly you say, then the killer must have been near the scene of the crime as to make sure his intended target was the one that was shot down, and that she was shot down at all. But I tell you the truth, the killer didn't even need to be around for that.
How so?
Because the killer rigged up a burner cell as the remote, and gave the number to Paula, and Paula alone. Probably told her to meet him or her at the alleyway at 2:45, and to call if he wasn't there. Of course, by doing so, she walked headfirst into the trap, and she was killed. But why? This is the question I sought to answer with so much difficulty. Then I found it, Paula's secret diary, the one she kept notes of in her relationship with a wheelmaster. Wheels. Johnathen Mastrowski.
I still don't understand, Johnny. How could you do that? You killed her, didn't you?
Calm down, Malinda. Johnathen didn't kill her. It's true that while she was dating Barry, she started an affair with Johnathen, which did ultimately lead to her demise, but Johnathen is not responsible for her death. You see, Harry walked in on Johnathen and Paula in the grips of their love, and only being told by Paula that she was dating a mechanic, assumed Johnathen was Barry. Then when he picked up his car mere hours later, he commented on it to Barry. Commented on it mere minutes after Paula had dumped him, to Barry, who was still struggling with shell shock and other conditions from his time in service. This was the last straw.
Now, wait just a minute, woman. You can't seriously be saying I killed her. I loved her.
That's true. You did love her. Loved her so much that you couldn't let her go. You couldn't stand seeing her in another's arms. Oh, you tried. You tried hard. She got a whole week of happiness, while you decided to try and delude yourself into thinking she still loved you. That's why you never told Johnathen about the breakup. You didn't want to believe it yourself.
Now, wait just a minute now.
You're the only one, Barry. You have a motive. You have experience. And access to the black market. I sent some people to your shop. They've already confirmed it. Most of the parts you use for your cars are from the black market. Not big things, of course, but little things. Nuts, bolts, maybe an exhaust pipe or two. How easy would it be to get a gun? And an ex-military man like you? How hard would it be to set it up, after having a tech expert for a girlfriend for nearly a month? Not to mention you were obsessed with her. You still are. Those tears you cried when I first told you, those weren't all fake, were they?
Fake? Fake? How could I fake it? She was gone! I loved her. And that tramp decided that everything I had wasn't enough, so she starts to go out with my secretary? How could she? After all I'd done for her, after all I'd given her, after all my devotion. I knew she couldn't be with anyone else. I couldn't let her talents be with anyone else. If I can't have her, no one can!
Lock 'em up, boys.
Barry Bailey, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to consult with a lawyer.
You know, Arron, there's still one thing I don't get about this case.
Still don't. Quinn, you caught him. Barry's not going out of jail for a long time. He confessed.
No, it's not that. It's Red.
Red?
Red Herring. He said he couldn't wait for me to figure out who his superiors were. Arron, we didn't find anything about Red or about his superiors when we searched Paula's house. Neither did the police on their first sweep. What scares me, though, is that when we were looking at the reports, apparently one of the windows was open when they got there. You don't think...
Someone got there first?
Yeah. What else bothers me? Red said I just might save a life. What do you think it means?
I think it's a lot simpler than you think.
Then let's hope my unique perspective will show me the truth.
By the way, that joke's getting old. Most people have figured out you're blind in one eye already.
Oh, shush.
I don't know what I'm supposed to ask you, but I'm asking something anyways. Do your feet smell?
Not usually.
Have you smelled them?
I'm not a contortionist, so that would be rather hard for me.
Do you want to smell them?
Probably not.
Have you ever licked them?
Once when I was very young.
Do you remember what they taste like?
I had just been in the ocean. They were salty.